Welcome. My name is
Hi.
Natalie. I'm going to be your social worker for today. What's your name?
My name's Deborah. A lot of my friends and family call me Debbie, though.
Okay, can I call you Debbie?
Sure.
All right, well, Debbie, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Um, what about myself? I'm 21 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a sophomore here at Southern. I'll be a junior next semester, though, so that's exciting. I'm one of four daughters.
Mm-hmm.
My oldest sister is here with getting a history major with an education license.
Mm-hmm.
My other sister is in Washington State, working on her animation,
Mm-hmm.
and my other sister is actually my identical twin.
Oh, that's great. Do people confuse you guys very often?
Yes, pretty much daily.
Okay. All right, well, did you find my office okay?
Yeah, it was actually really easy.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, Debbie, I just want to let you know how this session is going to go. It's going to be a 15-minute session where you can talk freely about whatever you came here to talk about. And I'll ask you some questions just so I can get a better understanding. And we'll both explore why you came here today. And then towards the end, we're going to have a thinking break where you can both, think about what just happened in the session and come back with clear minds, and I'll be able to give you better feedback. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. I also want to remind you about our confidentiality agreement. Everything you say here today is completely confidential. Only my professors and student peers will have access to what you say. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we begin, Debbie? Um, what brought you in today?
Um, Family and school stress.
Okay, family and school stress. What what has been stressing you out at school?
Um, Mainly one class. It's World Civ 2,
Okay.
and it's a class that's heavily devoted to reading, and I think I might have a learning disability, so it's
Okay.
pretty hard.
What makes you think you'll have a learning disability?
Um, Classes that have normally been dependent on reading, I've
Mm-hmm.
done very poorly in. Other
Right.
than classes that don't really have any reading, I
Mm-hmm.
like got really good grades in
Oh,
those.
okay. So this is something that you've noticed.
Yeah, I guess I don't get much from reading. I get
Mm-hmm.
more out of lectures and doing hands-on stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, what in your family has been stressing you out?
Um, it was a really scary time with my mom. She had to go into surgery on Wednesday.
Okay.
They found a mass on her uterus that they had to take out. It wasn't cancerous, which was a
Good.
minor relief,
Mm-hmm.
but she was in surgery for about 3 hours.
Can we imagine how difficult that was for you? Okay. And how's your mom now?
She's doing really well. She's out of the hospital. Was released on Saturday.
Mm.
Um, she gets 5 weeks to recuperate at home, which is going to be fun come Thanksgiving when we can spend time with her.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna be great. All right, good. Well, um, I want to ask you, Debbie, what's your goal for today's session?
Mainly to talk and get everything off my chest. It really helps me sometimes to
Okay.
just talk to people.
All right. So talking to people helps you. Who do you usually talk to?
Mainly Rachel, my twin sister,
Okay.
and my supervisor at work. He has pretty much taken me underneath his wing, and
Mm-hmm.
I look to him as another father. So I have one father in Ohio, where I'm from,
Yeah.
and one from that I
Okay.
have here.
That's great. It sounds like you have a really good support system, and that's very important. Well, Debbie, I want to ask, have you done anything? Have you talked to anybody about the learning disability that you think you may have?
I've been trying to find time in my schedule to go and talk to the learning center, but right now I'm so everywhere that
Mm-hmm.
and really focusing on my classes and some after school activities like clubs, and I
Mm-hmm.
haven't had the time to go, so I'm hoping to go in the beginning of next semester and just
Okay.
find out before I get really into next semester's classes.
Okay, yeah, that would be very important. Okay. So it sounded earlier like, you're very scared. It was a very scary situation for your mom to go into surgery. So why was it so scary for you? I mean, I understand, why it was so scary. It's a
Yeah.
major, major surgery, but is there another reason?
Yeah, the reason is actually I've had three of my grandparents pass away in the past 2 years. Two of them passed away while I was here at Southern,
Mhm.
so I couldn't really get out of school and stuff to go to their funerals.
Mhm.
So I was never really able to grieve for them as much as
I'm
I
so
would want
sorry.
to.
I'm so sorry. Um, well, this is all really difficult for you, isn't it?
Yeah, my grandma actually passed away like right before my 21st birthday, so it's been recent, but I have been trying to deal with it.
Okay, well, on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being that you're coping with the situation as well as you can imagine, and 0 that you're not coping with the situation at all right now, how well do you think you're coping?
Um, if I had to choose a number, maybe 7 or 8.
7 or 8? That's
Yeah.
great. And what's important for you to keep it at a 7 or an 8?
Mainly the support system, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
talking to people, and also I really get into some hobbies and reading and stuff.
Hobbies and reading. What kind of hobbies help you?
Photography mainly. It's actually my major, so
Mm-hmm.
while relieving my
Mm-hmm.
stress in photography, I actually help myself with my major.
That's
So
great. That's really good that you found that stress reliever that helps you out. So just to go back, you came in here today. You had stresses about your schoolwork and your family. Um, you're having trouble in your World Civ class. You think you may have a learning disability, and it's something you've noticed before that when classes are heavily dependent on reading, you have trouble with that. And also, your mom just had a major surgery, and that was a very stressful and scary situation for you. And but you do have a support system that's there for you all the time. Your sisters, it sounds like they're all very important to you from how
yeah,
much you told me. And your boss at work, you have someone there that you can also depend on and come to, and that's really great. It's really important to have, and I'm amazed at how well you're you're handling this. You're still doing your schoolwork, you're going to work, and you're going about your day, and that's really really great,
yeah.
Debbie. So um, another thing I want to ask you is actually, I'm going to ask you a bit of a strange question right now. um, suppose that today after the session, you go back to the dorm. Do you live in the dorm?
Yeah, I live in Thatcher South.
Oh, okay. Well, you go to the dorm, you do all your homework, get everything done, of course, and then maybe watch a movie. You're getting ready for bed, and when you're sleeping, the stresses, everything that's been going on, just all the stressful situations that you've had is gone because a miracle happened. So the miracle is that, your stresses, your worries, they're all gone. But you don't know that this miracle happened because you're asleep. So when you wake up in the morning, what will be different? What will show you that the problem that brought you here today is now solved?
Well, I think it's mainly because talking to people really helps me just
Mm-hmm.
get it off my chest, and then I can focus more on getting better at handling them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I can maybe focus more on trying to find time on my schedule to go to the
Mm-hmm.
learning center and stuff, instead of focusing on the fact that it's so stressful for me right now.
So would the miracle be, a day where you had no stress?
Yeah, because usually I just talk to people and it like
Mm-hmm.
relieves the stress, and then I'll go throughout the day and maybe something will like bring it back to me at
Mm-hmm.
some point, but it's not as bad.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a peaceful day is what you want. Okay, and in the past, what has helped you to have days that are not stressful, and and peaceful days?
Well, they usually happen after I speak to someone, just
Mhm.
like get everything off my chest. And then I usually go out and either take pictures,
Mhm.
and that helps me focus on something else. I also like reading.
That's great. Okay. Anything else?
Um, well, I guess spending time with the family that I love so much.
Mm-hmm.
I really like getting together with my sisters and just going out and
Mhm.
spending the day somewhere.
Okay, that's good. So it seems like you know what's been working with for you, what's been helping you going to take pictures, just going off by yourself and reading a book, and then spending time with that support system that you have. That
Yeah.
that seems to really help you. Well, Debbie, we're coming towards the end of our sessions. Do you have any new goals? You said at the beginning that your goal was to just talk about the stress and relieve it. Is that do you think you've reached that goal?
Um, yeah, I think so. It's really nice to finally talk to someone about like
Mm-hmm.
stuff that's been piling up over the past few weeks.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any new goals?
Um, I'm not sure if it in this session, but I do have a goal to maybe hopefully get to a learning center in the next few weeks.
Yeah, that's definitely that's something important that needs to get done. Well, right now we're just gonna take a thinking break, and I'll be right back. All right, Debbie, how are you doing?
Pretty good.
All right. Well, what have you been thinking about?
Um, it's really nice to finally talk to someone about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I really appreciate just getting it off.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. That's really great. So just to recap on this whole session, you came in here because you were very stressed out with family things that have been going on and schoolwork, specifically with schoolwork. You think you have a learning disability, and that's something that could be very stressful because it could affect, a lot in your scholastic goals.
Yeah.
But, you said you have a goal to go to the learning center and get help for that, so it's not going to be a problem for you anymore. And you're talking about your mom. She just had this major surgery that was, very scary for you, but it turned out that she's okay, and you're gonna spend time with her over Thanksgiving break, so that's gonna be great. And you told me that you have your boss here and your sisters here, that they're all helping you. They're all part of a support system, and what honestly helps you get through these situations. You mentioned to me is photography, which is something that you love, or reading a book, or just spending time with your sisters. It's what gives you that peaceful day, that miracle that you want. It's something very attainable. So I want to commend you on coming in today. It's not it's not an easy thing to do to always open up to someone.
Yeah. Especially if you're like super shy.
Yeah.
I'm actually really shy because of past teasing and stuff about my speech and everything. So I've tend to like seclude myself within me and Rachel as a unit, and really this semester I have been trying to break away from her and try and talk to more people.
That's great. And have you been doing that?
Yes and no. We still spend like a lot of time together, but I do spend time with some other friends
That's
too.
good. That's great. That's really great. That's awesome that you're opening up and broadening your circle of friendships. So,
it used to be that Rachel and I would just share friends. Now we have friends that we have by ourselves.
That's good. Okay, so let's go over your goals one more time. You came in here and you were able to relieve that stress. Do you feel better? It seems to be like you feel a lot better than when you came in.
I do feel a lot better.
Okay, great.
It has worked.
And now we have that new goal that you're going to go to the learning center, talk about things. And right now, actually, at the end, we found a new one for you. You're going to go out and meet new people. You did that today with me, and I'm sure you can do it with other people, Debbie. So I would love to see you again at the same time next week if you would like to come back.
Yeah, it's really been helpful for me.
Okay,
So.
great. Well, it was so great to meet you, Debbie, and I can't wait to see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, you have a great day.
You too.
Okay.